with model, DJ, producer, designer, Mads. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
AKA the coolest chick on the block. Let me just say, you are the coolest ever. So obviously you wear a lot of different hats. I want to start from the top, take it all the way back.
Yeah.
Before you started DJing, you started off with a career in modeling, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through that. How did you get started in that career? What was that like? Take me back in the day when it was just modeling.
Okay. I do have many different hats that I wear. I feel like an umbrella. So it started when I was really young. So my mom she represented Barbie, like the Barbie doll. And so she would travel around the world as Barbie. And when she got pregnant with me, Barbie wasn't supposed to be pregnant, so I had to be kept a secret. And then my mom had to travel around with me. And my mom's name is Kelly, just like yours. And so they decided to name Barbie and give her a little sister. And then they named her Kelly after my mom, which was supposed to represent me. So I kind of was in the industry for a while. And So
you're like the blueprint for Barbie and Kelly? I'm sorry. It's like crazy. See, guys, when I said she's the coolest chick on the block, I meant it. Okay, go on.
I'm like the rebel version though. My mom's like the Barbie, and then it's her little sister, even though it's me, and I'm like the rebel one, but the skater boy kind of one, or the DJ one, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then I just started getting into modeling and just having like my sister take photos of me or setting up self-timer. And then I moved to LA, and then I would go to every casting there was, but I wasn't 5'9", I'm only 5'6". So I was told no a lot, but I just kept going and going and going. And then thankfully social media started to take off, and like I have all these photos, but they're not going anywhere. So I just started posting a lot. And then that's when the brand deals came in and the influencing. And before all of that, before I started modeling, I was actually into DJing. So DJing was just like a hobby, but it was not really popular thing back then. Like EDM was not, everyone listened to Avril Lavigne and Kesha and Hilary Duff back then. No one was listening to Cascade and listening to rave music. So it was just something I just drifted towards modeling because that's what I was surrounded by. And then I just went full in. There's no more of the model dream, just full DJ.
So walk me through then the process of like making that full push to get started in your DJing career. What was like the most surreal moment at the start of your career where you're like, okay, now I'm doing DJing as like my main passion?
I think the start was when I got my first tour. First time I was coming up with the name, and me and all my friends were thinking of these names, and everyone's like, Mads, what about this? Mads, what about that? Mads, and I was like, wait, I already have a nickname, it's Mads. So then we just went with that. But the whole time we spent trying to figure out what my DJ name would be. And the whole time we were just actually calling me by my DJ name. And then I was like, what are we doing? And so I then decided to go on tour, and I had a really great team behind me, and I went to Europe, and I knew this was gonna be my full dedication when my ex at the time was like, okay, 2 weeks into my tour, it was like, okay, you need to quit and come home, or like it was like competition. And the second I was like, no, I'm not, like, this is what I'm passionate about. And we broke up, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to cry every day over a relationship. It better be on tour. So then I knew at that moment, and everything I was told, like, no one's going to take you seriously. No one knows who you are, like all this stuff. It was just so crazy because I just stayed as positive and tried really, really hard. I wanted to give up so many times, and I was like, no, I know I'm going to regret this. I'm like, this is the only thing that makes me happy. So if I give up on what makes me happy, then like, I'm just gonna be unhappy forever. And then after a while, then I got a message from Skrillex being like, hey, like, I see like you're playing too. Like, do you want to go on tour or open for me? And then Steve Aoki wanted me to open for him, and then Nervo, and then David Guetta. And I was like, and then I felt bad for my ex because I was like, haha, you have to see me everywhere now. You can't escape me.
Who made the mistake, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's when I realized that this is it, because I thought, okay, maybe I'm not good enough. It's just so male dominant, and you're so alone. You just feel like you know, it's your first time. I was 20 years old. I didn't have any guidance. I knew that once these people started recognizing me and bringing me on, and I was getting the respect and I put in all the effort, I was like, wait, okay, this is it. Like I actually am good at what I'm doing. I think I just became like, I got all like hard skin. Like I just
Right.
became like
I
everyone was
think
saying stuff and I just like, I was like tunnel vision. I was like, oh, I've already heard it before. I've already heard it before. Like join the team of the hate club over there. And then it just, my fan club became bigger than the hate club. So that worked out.
I think to say good at what you do is an understatement. I mean, I think you're great at what you do. And now as a DJ, you have a Vegas residency. Can we talk about that? Because that is huge.
I'm so nervous. All I've ever wanted was, first I wanted to do Coachella and
Right.
I did that. And then I got EDC too. And EDC was what I wanted to do in high school. That was like my dream. And so I was like, wow. And then I was like, Vegas residency, like that would be the chapter of my life where I realized I'm not just like I don't just DJ at colleges or clubs or festivals. Like I have like Vegas is where there's no higher spot than Vegas.
Right.
Like once you secure that, you're with Zed, Tiesto, DJ Snake. Like that's everyone I look up to. Now I'm on the same level as them. So that was crazy to see, but I'm so nervous, but in a good way, because I'm so excited because this is what I wanted. It's like I'm graduating and I'm finally going off to like do my
Right.
thing. And so I'm really excited. So when my team told me, I was like, wait, are you guys serious? And they're like, yeah, like don't get too excited. We're like working out the details. And then I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. And then like, okay, you got it. And I was like, no, I didn't. Like, yeah, you're gonna go shoot for your billboard next week. And I was like, what? And like, yeah. And I was like, no, it's never mind. I was so scared. And now I'm just like, I'm anxious. It feels like first day of school. I'm like, I just want to get the first show out of the way because it's a 2-year contract. I just want to get the first show done so that it just becomes like, I feel like I'm just like going to, like back to school to see all my friends every weekend in Vegas. So I just want
I
to get
think
it
this
done
is
with.
way huger than a first day of school. This is huge. This is so exciting. But I think that the nerves, I mean, they're good nerves. So of course,
Yeah, I'm like eager. I just want to get the first show done so I can just say hi to everyone and then it become like a second home to me. Cause then that's when it gets fun. Cause then you start, once you become close with all the staff, everyone else on the lineup, everyone that like works for you at the hotel and with your team, once it becomes a familiar thing, it doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like I'm just like getting to go party with my friends and make thousands of people happy. And that's such a surreal thing. And I feel like it's going to be definitely really hard to get my mom and dad to stop bothering me because they love Vegas. So I already know they're just going to be waiting for me before I even land. They're just going to be waiting, just like,
Yeah.
honey. I'm going to see them in the crowd and be like, seriously, guys, like, come on. I've seen it before. I've spotted my dad in the crowd before and I was like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, get over here. Get over here. I thought you were at the bar. What are you doing?
They're just supporting you. I mean, I'm sure they're so proud. So with a 2-year, Vegas residency, I'm assuming you're going to be living in Vegas. Are you excited for that? Do you see yourself staying there long term? Any thoughts on that?
Vegas will be my home base kind of, but other than that, I think just all the airports are going to be the main place I live for the next
That's where you're going to live.
Yeah, because I looked at everything and I was like, you guys, how am I getting from this place to this place to this country? And they're like, oh, don't worry. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'll just go with it. But I'm definitely going to be spending most of my time in Vegas, and any days that I do have off, I'm going to ideally want to be in Vegas because it's Vegas. I'm 26 years old. It's Vegas. I want to go to Vegas.
Right. Like who wouldn't want to be in Vegas? That is like such a fantasy land.
Yeah.
Well, so busy. You have so many different things on your plate. It's so impressive. Just recently, you released a new song, Never Forget, and it was your first music video.
Yes.
So why now? Why attach a music video to this single? Tell me about that.
I think it's mainly because there was a lot of times I wanted to do music videos, but I just figured if I was going to do my first music video, it needs to be the right time, the right song, all the other songs, I was just like timeline, like we have to get the single out. And I was just in the studio working. And with this song wasn't planned. I actually had time off and I was with my friends. We went to Mykonos And it was all of us girls. We had no guy drama. We had no girls were crying after a couple Aperol spritz for once. It was like we all were just on that hot girl summer vibe, and we had the best time. And we listened to How Deep Is Your Love by Calvin Harris on repeat. And that was like our summer anthem song. And I was like, we need a summer anthem song. So I just started working little by little because I bring my computer everywhere with me. And I started working on the melody, and then they got super involved, and they were like, wait, what's that like one sound that sounds like, and they were like trying to like make the noises because they don't know the name of anything. And I was like, this is so hard. I feel like I'm playing charades with you guys right now. But then they started to collaborate with me on it. And then I sent it to my team. I was like, oh yeah, when I was bored, like in the summer, I just like made this track. What do you guys think? And they sent, someone from my team sent it to a writer, and they wrote the top line for it. And I was like, wait, was this person with me? Because this was like all we were all about, was just wanting to have fun, no strings attached. This is exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And it described it perfectly. And I was like, all right, we're gonna go with it. And then I was like, you know what? This song is just like, all my friends loved it so much, which was so hard because I was so scared one of them was going to accidentally post the song because all of them wanted to listen to it before it came out, obviously. So I would catch them trying to make a Instagram story of them with the song playing on their phone. I'm like, no. I was like, do not do that. I was like, we should do a music video. And then we came up, there was no concept for it. I was like, I just want to film me and my friends doing what we were doing. We went to Miami, not Mykonos, because Mykonos wasn't open, obviously, because of COVID, but now it's open. So I'm like, maybe we should go do another music video.
A secondary one.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, should we do part 2? But so we went to Miami, and they were like, okay, so like, what are we shooting? And I was like, well, me and my friends were always in our bikinis, and we're in Miami, and that's where my bikini brand, my collab, was there. And I was like, let's put all my friends in my bikinis, and they helped me design it too. And I was like, and I have a show at the SLS in Miami, so why don't we just let us drink, have fun, and just create, like, capture the moment. So there's so many times we forgot we were being filmed, and we're just talking, and the camera is like, can you guys do something? Yeah. And so it was really cool because the whole time we shot the music video, it was exactly how it was. It was just us dancing in our bathing suits, going to my show, after my show, running around, eating, drinking, it was just fun. It was really cool to see it come all together because this song should have never happened. It just did.
Super authentic and like genuine, but it's such a smash hit. Now, you touched on in the music video that we got to see some of your bikini collab line, which I'm obsessed with, to say the least. So walk me through, the design process. How did you come up with using those patterns, those prints, picking out, tell me about the whole design process.
So Akosha, so I lived in Miami for a little while. I was doing a lot of shows in Texas, and I was working on music because I really love reggaeton, and Miami is a great place. We've got great Latin culture there. And so I was staying there for about a year, and Akosha reached out to me like, oh, we want to like send you a bikini. We just decided, why not do a collaboration together? Because I just thought that Anna, who owns it, she's just such a great person. She's fun, she's young. And when we were coming up with the designs, I was saying how I really like this. My grandmother, she has these plates from South Africa, and that's the print. That's the one that's like the blue and white cheetah print. And I was like, can we recreate these plates? Because I really want these plates, and my grandmother has them, and I love them so much. So we were able to incorporate that into a dress, into some bikinis. And I really love the French, Italian, like how classy all their style is. It's all lacy and just like flowers. I don't know, it's really pretty and elegant, but I wanted it to also be sexy. So I was like, okay, maybe we can make it super sexy, but if the print is really classy, kind of balances it out. And then my nickname growing up was Maddie Beach. And I was like, okay, maybe we should add some beachy things. So we added like a pearl in one of them. And that's how we came up with it. But I don't know, want to say I was difficult to work with. I was just very specific with every single detail. The process took so long because I didn't want my opinion. I wanted like my mother's opinion, my sister, my friends, everybody. I was like,
I don't blame them. You know what? It honestly, the whole line looks so good that it makes sense when you say, you know, like, I wanted this person's opinion. I wanted this person. It was a long process because it shows, like, it's so perfect. It's so gorgeous. And I love that there's a lot of like personal elements to you. So
yeah.
do you see yourself doing any other like business collabs, or maybe even completely designing a line of your own of like clothing, or maybe like sneakers, anything like that?
100%. I love sneakers and clothing and jewelry. I love all that stuff. I always have. I probably wouldn't even tell anyone that it was me. I'd probably keep it a secret and just have it as like a fun, different identity
Yeah.
project that I mean, I would obviously promote it because it's my brand, but I
Right.
probably wouldn't tell anyone. It'd just be like my secret little baby that I work on. And if there's
Right.
anyone that doesn't like me, they won't know that it's my clothing brand. And if they like my clothing brand, they'll still buy it. So it's okay. It would definitely be more like, it'd probably be very much like Versace. Like it'd be all like colorful and just fun stuff, but it wouldn't be expensive. But then I don't know how much it costs to make clothes. So I don't know. See, there's a lot of stuff I need to worry about. Yeah, now I'm like, wait a second, let me grab out my notepad, start writing ideas down.
Start going over the business plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you touched on your boyfriend. I feel like you're pretty private about your personal life, but talk to me a little bit about your love life. So you are in a relationship. Give me some details.
I'm super private about my life. Actually, it's really funny because I start posting a lot of my family because they're my best friends. And everyone's like, I didn't even know you had a little brother up until a few months ago. And I was like, yeah, he's 17 now. I've had a brother for a long time, but with relationships, I've always just been so private because I get like, I don't know, I get nervous a lot, or sometimes they are people that are in the same industry as me. And it's really hard as a female to be respected in a male dominant industry. So I don't want anyone to assume that I'm getting somewhere because I have like someone that can help me out when that's never been the case. And like the main boyfriend I had in the beginning of all of this was the one that was like, no,
trying to squash it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my love life right now, I mean, it's definitely difficult being in a relationship when you're on the road all the time. And I'm super energetic. Like we always call me like the Energizer Bunny. I just keep going and going and going. And but the person that I'm with, he's the complete opposite. He isn't in the music industry or the entertainment industry. He's super quiet, super just to himself, just wants a documentary, be unbothered, where I'm just like a child that drinks 10 Red Bulls and I'm running around the place. So we weirdly balance each other out, but this is probably the first time I'm ever talking about him too. So it's weird.
Well, clearly Untitled Chapter. Don't worry, this is a safe space. You can tell me and everyone else that's watching, but
yeah, so yeah, I'm in a relationship. He'll definitely be coming to my Vegas shows because he loves Vegas. I think everyone loves Vegas, actually. So,
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So
now anyone who's watching when they go to your shows are going to be like, "Are you Matt's boyfriend? Are you Matt's boyfriend?" But
just look for the one that's super calm when there's a lot of loud, crazy music playing. He's the one that's actually content. But the first show he's ever going to go to will be my Vegas one. So he's never been to a show before. So I'm like really nervous because I'm like, you think I'm crazy now. You should see me when I DJ.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And he's going to be there to support you, but I can understand the nerves being there. So I feel like it's crazy to ask this because obviously you are doing so many things right now. You're about to embark on a residency. You just released Never Forget. You've done the bikini collab. You're doing so much at the moment. But what's next for you? What other projects do you see in maybe the next 3 years, the next 5 years? What is on the horizon?
I really want to own my own music label or maybe like even my own management, because for me, it was so difficult to get noticed. And there's so many people that are even better than me that haven't been recognized yet. So I want to be able to make a space where artists can send in, producers can send in their music, or singers or writers, and then I can use my connections to help them. So I want to do something like that. And then I really want to own my own charity. My sister has type 1 diabetes. So I really want to be more involved with, I want to use my platform to be more involved with things that are happening currently. I know my whole life is about one big party, but there's obviously a lot more going on in this world. So I really want to, I want to do what Haley does. She uses her platform to like bring awareness to things. So I really want to do that. So there's a lot of things. And then I want to adopt like every animal I see. So maybe I'll have a farm. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. You are just a bundle of joy, and everything that you want to do, I can absolutely see you doing. We love to end the interview on 3 fun questions. So I want to roll into those for you.
Okay.
My first one, who is your childhood celebrity crush? Why are you getting giddy?
Okay, because everyone makes fun of me. When I was younger, I loved Seth Rogen.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I know. Yeah, those were he was my celebrity crush. But I feel like there wasn't really like any guy crushes I had. I feel like I always had people I looked up to. So I always loved Candace Swanepoel, the Victoria's Secret
Of course.
model. Loved her. And then I feel like that's pretty much it. I really wanted to be a Victoria's Secret model growing up. And I was like, no, my mom was like, you're 5'6". And I was like, yeah, and I'm getting into DJing, so I guess it's not going to work. But I think Seth Rogen.
For my next question, favorite midnight snack?
Hot Cheetos.
Love.
I eat hot Cheetos first thing in the morning. Sometimes I sleepwalk and we'll eat hot Cheetos at night. Dinner, I just randomly grab a handful and just, I don't know what it is, but everyone's always like, how is your stomach alignment? I'm like, I don't know. Hot Cheetos though. I just eat hot Cheetos and wine. That's all. That's like what I live off of.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is the meal. Yeah. And lastly, do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. My hidden talent is, I'm really good at cooking, which I didn't know that I was good at, but apparently, or unless everyone's just like really hungry around me and they just deal with my cooking. But I'm really funny. I won funniest in my class all through middle school, and then high school, weirdly enough, I won best dressed. But if I wasn't DJing or producing, I would either be a comedian or a CSI investigator.
She does it all. She does it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time I got sent to detention, they make you write about like your career or whatever that you want to do, and like how if you were in detention, like how is that going to help you get to your career? And I was like, okay, I see what you guys are doing. And it was always like CSI. My teachers were always like, what? And for Christmas, I always asked for a CSI investigator box. I'd make my neighbors lay down, and I would put like little cards around them and block off the whole cul-de-sac with caution tape. And my neighbors would always, and I'd fingerprint all of them.
Unexpected, but it makes me love you so much more. Like, wow. That is awesome. We learned a lot about you today with your Seth Rogen crush, your crime scene investigation on the cul-de-sac. You are just so well-rounded and just so incredible. Thank you so much for sitting down to chat with me.
And thank you for having me. Anytime, I'll set up my bathroom for you. Maybe I'll have some food like Haley does, and we can make mac and cheese or something.
Yeah, we can make mac and cheese in there. Oh my gosh, I would love that. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. And for anyone who is watching, you have to check out Never Forget, and also keep on your toes for her residency, because it's going to be incredible.
Yes, thank you.